we're live at a hotel because we're not at home, so we're at a hotel. Oh, look, blonde hair. Look, blonde hair. Well, it's blonde. Oh, it's blonde. Okay, so the lighting is going to be terrible. The sound's going to be terrible because I don't have my AirPods that I said I would have, and they're in the car, and I don't want to make anybody go get them because there's for some reason the elevator is not working at this hotel, so you have to climb the stairs. And after a long day, and we were like playing at the arcade and everything, so I don't want to make somebody have to go downstairs to get my AirPods out of the car. So we're just gonna have to deal with the shitty sound, and we're gonna have to deal with some shitty lighting because that's just the way it is. But at the arcade, remember I said, if you follow me on Twitter, which you should if you don't, because I do a lot of hijinks and stuff, I like totally made that little, like, I have 20 ducks. Like, I totally made that little duck claw game up, bitch. Like, it was awesome. Like, I was getting like doubles and stuff like that at one time. I don't know how much money I spent getting 20 ducks, but I got them. And then I have like some that are my favorite and I've already named them. Where is he? Okay. So I got this little cute, and he's sparkly. And his name is Sunny D. And then this is Hootie Hoo, because he's an owl. And this is Booger. And this is Illusion, because it's a unicorn. But this one's going to Shani. So that's Shani's duck. And then I haven't decided if this is the PLE duck or not. I guess I'll figure it. But I got all these like mallard and like real looking ducks, like, because they had a surplus of those. And then I got these really cool like little mohawk ducks and stuff. Now, why am I showing you a bunch of ducks? I don't know why I'm showing pirate ducks. I have two of these little pirate ducks. So, as I was totally making the claw machine my bitch, I had said, oh, look, if you're a member of Fluff's channel, we're going to send you a duck. And I'm not lying. So if you are not a member of Fluff's channel, you should go become a member of Fluff's channel so you can get all kinds of stuff. I love you too, Matt. I know you have a situation. You can go ahead and take care of that, brother. I love you. We'll talk to you soon. So my throat's still kind of messed up, you guys. So it's not, I don't cough as much, but I still kind of get like the little, it's still healing. So hi, Charmaine. Hi, Cassie. So if you aren't a member of Fluff's channel, go become a member because you get a duck. And what a lot of people don't know, hi, Nightmare. What a lot of people don't know is that when we went to, where'd we go? We went to North Carolina. When, yes, you can post the link. Hi, my vamp. So when we went to North Carolina, nobody knows this, like, I just let Fluff know it, like, on the way there, but I love those Love's gas stations. And I don't know, I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be in every state, but I'm pretty sure you guys know it says Love's and it's that big yellow sign and all that. I love those gas stations because they sell like postcards and hi, Steph, and they sell like refrigerator magnets and all kinds of stuff in there for each state. And I love to go in there and get, like, for every state that I've been to, I'll go get their specific refrigerator magnet and I will get postcards. So the entire trip up to North Carolina, we stopped at every Love's gas station in each state we were in and got postcards. So members of Fluff's channel will also be getting a random postcard from a state that we traveled to. You might even get more than one. A random state that we traveled to during our trip to the family reunion. And we also did it, for the states that we were going through on the way back. Even though I had full-blown Rona, we were still sitting there going, okay, we have to pay for the gas, so we have to go in there anyway. go in there and get the postcards. So with a fever, could barely walk, still walking into these gas stations, and I'm like, with like a towel over me, basically, to like keep myself from coughing on anybody or anything. And all I would do was go in there and like pull a stack of the postcards, and I'd buy them and I'd leave. And so yes, we have postcards from, I believe it's 13 states, something along those lines, because we went through certain states going up and then certain states coming back. So we have refrigerator magnets, which I didn't get those to give away. Those are for us. They go on our fridge. My thing is I'm going to collect all 50 states. And I'm going to write like on the back. Well, no, I have an etching gun. I'm going to etch on there at some place the date we went through that state. And I'll have that done on my fridge. And but for the rest of you, you will receive postcards from the states that we were in. And in the future, when we do travel, you'll always see us collect postcards. We've always done it. As you see with giveaways and stuff like that, we've always put a postcard from a place we've been, several usually, whether it was Las Vegas or Tombstone or anything like that. So when we mailed people stuff, you got a handwritten postcard from Fluff and I from places that we had been. So we carry that tradition on, and I'd like for it to continue. Thank you, Wanda. And I'd like for it to be something where we do it every month, where the members of Fluff's channel, because I don't have members yet. I do have Patreon, but it's like, I don't have any, I have the tiers set up, but I don't have anything on there yet, and I need to add stuff for people to actually want to become members of that. But eventually, I'll get that taken care of. But for now, every month I'd like to do something on Fluff's channel where we send all of our members a handwritten postcard once a month. And that's the plan going forward. So starting this month, you guys are going to receive a care package with a duck. You're going to get a free duck. And you'll see the video, because Fluff took video of me winning these ducks. It'll be uploaded either as a short or something. We were at the Corvette Diner in San Diego, and I walked in front of this little like claw machine that had the ducks, and I was like, I'm going to get me a duck, which turned into me getting 20 ducks. So if you're not a member of Fluff's channel, I highly suggest you become a member of Fluff's channel, because I am officially Fluff's channel manager, and I'm just in charge of like member perks. So I will be the one that sends out monthly a perk package. The one that I have planned for October, September and October, you don't want to miss that one. Those ones are going to be amazing. Also November, all the burr months. Hi, my pineapple, my handsome pineapple. All the burr months are going to be amazing, because you're going to get extra stuff. Some months it'll just be a postcard. You might get a postcard and a keychain, things like that. But because you are giving yourself to our channels, or you are giving to Fluff's channel every month, you deserve to get something in return, aside from the content. So yeah, there's going to be certain months that are better than others, but his channel memberships aren't that expensive, so we kind of build it up so we can make a better package at certain intervals. Okay, so not every month you'll get something like amazing, but like I promised you, in September, October, you will be getting something really cool. I have something planned for that. November, we're going to give you something, and then in December, so all those burn months, you're going to get something really cool. And then going forward, we might, there'll be something for January, because it's a new year. Every December we send out, well, starting last year, but it's going to carry forward. Remember, some of you got the postcard last year where it had a picture from every location we had been to and every special moment, from the engagement to meeting with Kill Hut and Charmaine, to going to Tombstone and Disneyland and things like that, and our Halloween costumes and stuff like that. We took little snapshots and put it all over a postcard and specialized them to send out to all of our friends and everybody. So just make sure that you are a member, because I know it's been a slow progression to get Fluff to start putting content back on his channel, but he is working on that, and that will be occurring very shortly. Hi, Marianne. How are you, sweetheart? So that's the tea for right now, is Make sure that you're a member of Fluff's channel so you can get a free ducky that I personally won for you. And you're going to get your postcards from, you know, one of the states that we visited on the way to North Carolina this summer. So there you go. There's the tea for right now. The tea was good tea today. Speaking of tea, I ordered some DoorDash and it's still not here yet. I had ordered dumplings. Yes, everybody needs to go become a member of Fluff's channel. Because he does post members only videos and stuff. Like, I'm not sure if people realize that, but he's got about like at least 10 or so that are exclusive to members, and some of them are raw, uncut videos. So you will be able to see what happened without any edits, anything. It's literally direct from the device that he recorded it on, straight to you guys. He's got things like that. So uncut stuff is members only exclusive. And he's gonna start doing some live streams that are members only, and those will include giveaways and stuff like that. So there's going to be a lot more going on, but with the new developments in our lives, you know, some of you, hey KB, welcome. I know some of you know that we had additions to the family, but we also had some subtractions to the family, and those happened at a time that was really, I mean, they're never good times, but it happened at a really rough time. So with him, with the new job, the additions to the family, the subtractions to the family, things like that, it's been chaotic. It's just stuff that we don't put out there, but some people do know. It's been hinted, things like that, but it's literally, you know, us trying to maintain a daily life, you know, me being a mom, me also having my own businesses and stuff like that, plus him working and things like that. It just takes time to reestablish. Plus him moving all the way to California from Massachusetts was a huge thing. And a lot happened since then with like his video editor just like bombing on him and all that. So it's been kind of a fight to figure out, like, for, you know, how he was going to get content back out, because people would offer to help him and then fall through, and it was a repetitive cycle to the point where he was just like, fine, it's obviously not a time for me to be putting out content, because if it was, I wouldn't be running into so many like walls. So I told him, your channel, you do what you need to do. And so he is, if you guys know a really incredible excuse me, editor, he is in the market for one. Hopefully one that does gear towards paranormal, understands suspense, build up in the psychology of scare. That would be awesome. But he's not strictly paranormal, so let's keep that in mind. It is exploring with Fluffy, not, you know, Fluffy the paranormal. So it would be nice to have somebody who understands the concept of the paranormal and the buildup from that, because he does produce a lot of thrill-based videos, but also, you know, somebody who just can edit really well for the things that he does. Like, you know, he's got some food blogs and stuff like that that he wants to put out. So somebody who can help along with that would be great. And that's pretty much what I have for right now. Plevis, did you see your duck? No, you didn't, because you weren't here. I haven't decided which ducky you're getting. You either get blue with the green mohawk or purple with the green with the purple mohawk. Blue with green or green with purple. I won it for you. You'll have to pick one. Or you can get this green sparkly booger duck, because he's kind of cool too. I got one for Shani, and she's getting the unicorn. So I won a bunch of ducks. I was so like impressed with myself. I can't win anything else, but I could win ducks. You want the blue with the green? Okay. There is a pink one too, because I know how much you like pink. So he's got yellow hair. It's like David Bowie-ish. All right, let's get started on the reason you guys actually showed up to the channel tonight. Shani, did you see your duck? There's your duck. Your duck is a unicorn. Enough with the ducks, Jen. Okay. So tonight, it's your typical all signs reading. If you're familiar with my channel, you know that we go through all 12 signs of the zodiac, from Aries all the way to Pisces. And if you miss your sign, guess what? You have to go back and rewatch because I'm not going to stop and redo. All right. Somebody messaged me and said, if I show up and I say my sign and it's already passed, you should redo it for me. What? But yeah, some people also think the world revolves around them, and it does not. Especially my world. My world does not revolve around nobody. So yeah, people get a little, they get a little spicy sometimes, and to them I just say, okay, I thank you for your opinion, but it is just that, your opinion. So I got a few decks. I got the Morgan Greer. I have my Radiant Rider Waite. The jokes that I have for me mispronouncing that are insane. And a new deck that just came in yesterday. It is the Fortune Telling Cards deck. So I did take the plastic off, and I can prove it. It was right here. But it's a new deck that I got just for you guys for the channel. Give me those cards. This deck is really cool because it has like little sayings on it and time frames. It's kind of like a super deluxe Magic 8-Ball, but it has 100 cards. So it has all kinds of really cool sayings, like literally direct yes and no, and it could be, and things like that. So we're going to play around with this and see what we get. But you guys know the drill. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Also, if one sign doesn't resonate with you, if your sign, your regular sign doesn't resonate with you with the reading, you can always check your moon and your rising sign. Don't just rely on your sun sign for everything. And especially your moon sign. Your moon sign deals with your personality. So those are good ones to be looking up too. If you are not familiar with your big three, or what a sun, moon, rising sign is, or even your Venus placement, if you're interested in love readings, go ahead and look up on Google natal charting. And there's a ton of websites that you can get a free natal chart done. All you need to know is your birth date, where you were born, and if you're lucky, the time of your birth or around the time of your birth. Okay. Usually, if you don't really know within like the hour of your birth, that's something I might avoid putting in, because natal charting is very specific. But some of you kind of know, like, oh, my mom said I was born around 9:30 a.m. and that's perfectly acceptable. But don't just be like, I don't know, I was born in the morning, because the movements of the planetaries can happen at any time and things switch. So you want to be a little bit specific as much as you can be. And when you look that up, it'll also kind of guide you through. So if you find out that your moon is in Aquarius, like mine, as much as I'm a Capricorn, tried and true, being an Aquarius by personality can mean that I am very sensitive towards emotions. Like I as much as I'm a Capricorn and I can be stoic in business and everything, if you get inside here and I'm gonna hurt really bad. Okay, and it does happen. I've learned to control it a lot better, but it does happen. So a lot of times I will look at my moon sign, I will look at my ascending sign or my rising sign. They are the same thing, just different verbiage for different websites and stuff like that. Because that also has to deal with, who you're gearing to be and stuff like that. So those are great things to look up too. Not always just, I love it when people say, oh, well, I'm a Taurus. And I'm like, okay, that's awesome. How do you, but they'll say things like, I don't always resonate with like Taurus horoscope though. Why is that? Well, it's probably not resonating with your personality type. Or if you're on a cusp, go ahead and look up both of those. When I say cusp, that means you literally fall in the middle of two signs. So go ahead and look at both of those, and you will find out that you probably resonate with that reading better than this reading. That, your sun sign, you might resonate better with the alternate sign of that on the cusp, or you might resonate with your moon sign even better. So don't stick to just one, okay? Check out all of them. And some of them are going to probably be far-fetched and far off, and you might get little bits out of each one. Who knows? Everything is different. These are general readings, so they're not going to resonate with everybody. This might not be your week, okay? This might be somebody else's week or another collective of people's week. But you can always go back. There is a all signs reading every Sunday, and they are timeless, okay? I know they do have timestamps on them, but that's the week that I did it. You know, that's the flow through week. But they tend to be like, they tend to have meaning at a time when you find it, okay? So I do try to render them timeless. So if you run into it at a different time, listen to it at a different time. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. That's when it's meant for you to hear it. And sometimes I tell people, if it pops up on your, like you're watching a video and then one of them pops up, you know, at the end of that video, you're meant to hear that week's message at that time. So pay attention to that. And we are going to get started with our wonderful Aries. So messages for Aries. So what did you guys think of the live on location reading at Universal? I know it was really hard to hear. And I was getting frustrated with, and I swear to gosh, those people were getting louder simply because they knew there was a camera on. I swear that's what was going on. It was even frustrating fluff. Normally that doesn't bother me a whole lot, but that time I was like, yeah, you're just being loud. Like, you're just intentionally being loud. So a couple more shuffles in, and let's get some messages for Aries. Oops. I dropped the card. It actually just kind of flew over there. So, can you get the card? If I move, I'll knock all this stuff over. Hey, Wicked, how are you? I saw the way it landed, so we're good. Alrighty, Aries. So we have the Seven of Wands, the Page of Pentacles in reverse, and then we have the High Priestess in the upright for you this week. So what's going on here? If I had to go right off the bat, I'd say you've got some conflicts over stuff that you should be doing. All right? There's things that you know that you need to be doing, but you're kind of like, I don't want to. It's too much work. It's too much effort. And you, at this time, Aries, you think that you know better. Like, no, it's fine. If I don't do it, or if I don't own up to my commitments right now, it's okay. I got this. Even though she's in the upright, even though the High Priestess is in the upright, and you think you're in control of this, sometimes, you know, because she's a High Priestess, she does deal with, she's like the magician almost. You know, she's very intuitive and everything, and she's got that very strong essence of what's going on, and you kind of almost don't pull the wool over her eyes, if ever. But when we're thinking we're this person, we think we have this kind of control, that's a lot of ego coming in, all right? And it's going to be quite difficult for you to see past yourself in order to know that this might not exactly be what's the truth right now. All right, so I'm going to take the Morgan Greer. We're going to clarify a few things for a stronger reading this week. One more shuffle here. And if you guys have ever had a personal reading with me, you'll know that I use probably 3 to 4 decks per reading. I lay out my initial spread, I clarify with a different deck, and I kind of pick which cards I want clarification on for a more precise reading. Oh, tell my little baby Shelby I love her. Speaking of the magician, guess who popped up? Okay, so on the High Priestess, when I clarify her, I have the Five of Pentacles in the reverse, the Four of Wands in reverse, and once again, the magician is right there. Now, yes, you do. Next, when I see you, Pineapple, my handsome Pineapple, we will do a reading with you. So what I'm getting right here is somebody abandoned a situation with you. You've given up hope on a lot of things. You're like, you know what, this is not working out for me. This might even have been a relationship right here with the Four of Wands in reverse. That Five of Pentacles, which is like people sticking together, and oh no, Matt, and you're the person who always has something with you. That low blood sugar thing, that's not a fun time. But with that Five of Pentacles in the reverse, that's like, you know, the struggle's kind of over. You know, you don't have to, this to me says you are struggling more trying to gain favor of someone or something, okay? Like you're making your life miserable trying to save something, trying to control a situation. This could very much be a couple, but both of you are like capable of making things work, but at the same time, like in your situation, you think you're in control. This person might even let you feel like you have control, but in the reality, is this really a situation you even want to try to control? This is not something that you need to be paying attention to. You don't need to be fighting this battle. All right, let's see what fortune-telling oracle cards have for us. Like, what is the message here? See if it can help us out with some stuff. These are really thin cards. Alright, well, maybe it's going to take me a moment to figure out how to shuffle these because they do bend. Alrighty, let's see. See if we can get some messages on this situation for Aries. Okay. So what I have for you is try again. Probably not, and no, go away. So this is literally, like I said, lending to the idea that you are trying to force something that no longer wants to be forced, trying to control something that isn't yours to control anymore. It doesn't want your control. It doesn't even really want you in it. The universe is literally telling you this is not your time, this is not your place, this is not your rodeo. So you need to remember that as much as you thought you can manipulate this person, this situation, whatever this sounds like, it's probably a relationship for you, Aries. And when I say relationship, it doesn't have to mean romantic. This could literally mean a friendship, family member, work relationship, something along those lines. But it is something that there is a companionship towards, a duality with. And what I'm seeing here is you're fighting for it to continue because you think that it is your perfect pairing. You are both on the same page. You are both fighting for the same thing, if you will, but it's not what's meant for you. And even if you have, both of you have the vigor and the stamina to continue doing it, it's kind of like pissing in the wind, you guys. So it's not something, I mean, you can drive a car with your feet if you want to. That doesn't mean you should or that it should be done. All right, you know, I know you like peanut butter and I know you like ketchup, but if you put them together in the same sandwich, it probably doesn't taste good, right? So that's kind of the situation you're doing. Yes, you can do it, but should you do it? And it ain't my opinion, is what the cards say. It's probably not what you should be doing. So hopefully those messages helped an Aries out somewhere. But we're going to move along to our wonderful Tauruses and see what messages are coming through for our Taurus gang today. And how y'all doing? It probably was. What? Okay, who? Well, hello, Gypsy. Welcome to the channel. Sorry, I don't always look at the chat, And that's something, if you're new here, that you'll know I don't always get to pay attention to the chat. I have a bunch of amazing mods that kind of pay attention to the chat for me. I try to catch things as much as possible, but my main focus is to give all my energy and attention to the reading to make sure that I'm getting the proper messages throughout and getting them to you guys. So if I do miss you, it is no offense taken, hopefully. I just dare I say I'm busy. But thank you for coming in. Hopefully you hit that subscribe button, and if anything, at least hit that like button if it suits you. All right. Taurus. What do we got going on for our Taurus gang? All right. All Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. Taurus. So happy spouse, happy house is what I'm seeing right here. Money's good, family's good, equal give and take. But you know what? There's something that you're just not jiving with. And I'm not 100% sure. Thank you so much, Gypsy Lola. I appreciate you to the utmost. Something's not jiving well. Something's not, you know, you're not feeling your total worth here. Okay, you've put in a lot into this relationship, into this situation, and there's just some things that you're not proud of. Now, this could mean that the reason that you got this way, you know, that you have all your ducks in a row, that all your finances are great and everything, it could mean that you got that way because of some shady business. It can also mean that yes, everything's great, but I'm not feeling that I'm hitting my maximum potential. And that sounds like it was what it could be. But let's clarify that 9 of Pentacles for some certainty. Let's clarify. Oh, okay. All right. So what I got here is the Tower card, the 3 of Pentacles, and the Page of Rods in the reverse. So Tower in the upright, 3 of Pentacles in the reverse, and Page of Rods in the reverse. Okay, so something's not working together. So yes, you have a great life. Yes, finances are met. And you guys even might be equal in your partnership. But there is something that is just not cohesive. All right. And it is really destroying you. It's really eating at you. And it's causing a lot of chaos. Maybe you're fighting with this person quite a bit. Maybe you're just going through a lot of inner turmoil about this person. That could be it as well. You ever been with somebody that you're like, we do really, really well together, but I'm just not in love with them and I'm fighting with that? And that would be a hang up. You know, maybe you're not physically attracted to them anymore. Maybe they are just, you're on, you know, everything else, you know, bills are paid, kids are taken care of, everything's great, you look great together, but behind closed doors, like, you sit on separate couches, and, you know, if anything, you might even sleep in separate beds. You know, it's just components are not hitting the way they used to at one point. But the problem is, I don't think that you're wanting to make any moves right now, even though this situation is just really devastating and causing a lot of friction. So let's see if we can get some messages for you guys. Let's see if there's anything that can come through right here. That's a whole grip of cards, so I don't want to take things out in chunks. So the first two that came up was yup and no. So I think we're correct with that certain Taurus that just things aren't working right. It's just you're not feeling it, right? You're just not feeling it. And that's hard. That's a hard situation to be in when you're with somebody and you're like, you might have kids, you might, you know, have everything that should make a person happy, and you're just not. You're just not. So what is it that our Taurus should, I usually don't try to ask these questions, but what should our Taurus do? Let's see if these fortune telling cards can give us some direction on what Taurus should do. Is there some type of message for Taurus? What should Taurus do? Without a doubt, don't bet on it. Like, it's kind of telling you that this is probably just not going to work. So, yeah, that might not be the happy ending a lot of people like, or the end of a story, or the next chapter of a story that people like. But you know what? Sometimes things have to fall apart so better things can fall together. And I've learned that heavily in my life. And as much as it doesn't make sense right now, and somebody might be hurt in this situation or anything like that, just be supportive to one another. Healing can occur. And, you know, don't take responsibility. So, like, if this is a spouse situation where you're married, you know, make sure you're walking your spouse through things and taking responsibility for, and I understand you fell out of love or whatever the case may be, or you want something else. I get that. But there's a responsibility to be had. You know, you did agree to this relationship, you did agree to the long haul, and you want to forfeit that, then you still need to kind of clean up your mess, okay? So if she needs something, he needs something, kids need something, you still need to be available to that. You still need to help out, you know, things like that. All right, so we're going to move along to our wonderful Geminis. What have we got going on for our wonderful Geminis? All right, we have the Two of Cups in the reverse, Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Tower card in the reverse. Or in the upright, I'm sorry. So this is another situation where you're wondering what is the best course of action for something that isn't shelf stable. Give me 1 second. Babe, can you get the DoorDash order? That, you know, it's not, you don't even want to work on this anymore. I don't think either one of you do. At one point, you guys were soulmates. You guys were, if you want to call it that, I hate using that term. You know, you guys had a very strong pairing. You were willing to do anything for each other. And now you're like, I don't want to work on this. It's just a disaster. There's nothing to work on. It's so far gone. So I don't really have a clarifier, like anything that I need to clarify that was such a direct message. But let's see what we can get for you from it says, under no circumstances, by no means. Yeah, this is probably not something that needs to, and likewise, this is not something that needs to continue. This needs to, this is probably, right, if I had to say what this was, this would be like an Amber Heard, Johnny Depp situation where it's very toxic. It might have felt good at one time. There might have been a lot of substantial love at one time. It's just not there anymore, and it's actually getting bad, and it probably will get worse. All right, Gemini, I'm sorry, but, you know, I can only be real. I can only say what the cards say. Not every message is happy, but you know what? Everything in life serves you. It's just, what is it serving you? You know, sometimes it's lessons, you know, in negative cloaks. You know, sometimes things show up in a negative tone to put us through something that's going to bend and stretch us so we will have a more positive outcome in the future. We've all been there, right? Or, you know, we had to go through the bad times to come out to those good. Those bad times show us things. They show us stuff. Yes, mega pints for everybody. Here, let me grab mine. But they literally put us in a situation where we have to evaluate ourselves in that situation, evaluate the outcomes that we want, things like that. So they teach us a lot. Negative situations teach you a lot about yourself. Others, finding out who's in your corner, you know, who's going to be there for you or who's not. You know, they're hard lessons, but they're lessons nonetheless. So, alrighty, Cancer. Cancer. Let us see what we got message-wise for our Cancerian folks. All right. Is everybody just having like a really shadowy moment week. Like, let me tell you, like, these cards are just being like, boom. They're not really, there's no like unicorn farts and happiness about this. This is like, all right. Okay, my wonderful Cancer. You have the Five of Cups in the reverse. You have the Magician in the reverse. And I'm going to leave the King of Swords on its side, and I'll explain why, because it can go either way. All right. So Five of Cups in the reverse. When the Five of Cups is in the upright, you see how he has one of them spilled milk cups over there? Well, technically it's probably wine, but got all them spilled cups, and then he's got two behind him. Hey, Hensley, how you doing? And happy early birthday, my brother met you. But back to this card. You're paying attention to shit falling down. You tend to do that, okay? But you need to pay attention to the fact that there's always the silver lining. There's always some cups on the upright, and the cups are emotions. You have to remember that. These are things that make us feel, all right? That gear our feelings. So this is very feeling based. Like you tend to pay attention to the friction. You tend to pay attention to the chaos. You tend to pay attention to the things that draw your attention, maybe in the negative component, instead of being like, I should be paying attention to these positive attributes. Well, you have it in reverse this week. So this to me means that you are no longer letting yourself be controlled by spilled milk, okay? Or maybe that's not something you've ever done. And you're like, no, I know how to control myself in situations that want to affect me in a negative light, that want me to focus on things that I don't have control over. The Magician in the reverse is the card that always kind of makes me a little nervous, because when the Magician's in the upright, he is in control of things. He can control, as you can see in the card, he's got something that represents all the elements. He's got the pentacles, he's got the cups, he's got the wands, he's got the sword right there, and he's an alchemist. He makes things happen. If a situation's shitty, he knows how to fix it, okay? And when he's in the reverse, he still knows how to fix stuff, but he's being kind of sneaky about it. He's being kind of a little shit. All right. This is somebody who's like, I'm willing to do what it takes. And if that means me having to play dirty, I'm going to. But I'm going to see, this is more of him in his negative, dare I say, negative light, but this is more egotistical. Okay. And that's kind of where we're at. You're like, I don't need to pay attention to the spilled milk because I know I can accomplish everything. I know I don't have to pay attention to the negative. I know. And a lot of that I know mentality is very ego-based, all right? So that King of Swords, the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords are two of my favorite couples in the tarot, because these are your older, wiser souls. They've been to battle. They know how to handle things. Swords are very thought-driven and thought controlling, so they're air signs. And when I see the King of Swords in the upright, I'm like, okay, he's gonna give it to me in a way that I need to hear it. I may not want to hear it this way. I may not like what I hear, but it's very like paternal. It's very, I don't care if you like it. Kind of like the way Jen talks. I don't care if you like it. It's just matter of fact. Like, okay, if you want something that's going to be a pretty little lie, you can go to somebody else that's going to sit there and, flip a card over and tell you, oh, it's not so bad, it's great. Even though the card's the freaking Tower card, right? But there is a sharpness to the King of Swords, and he's the king. He's in control. This is the one that gives orders, because when things go to battle, he produces results. When he is in his upright, he loses his filter. He's still all those things. He's just more of the asshole now. So, but when he's in his upright, how he's going to tell you like it is, but he means well. When he's like this, he doesn't give a shit. This is the asshole that's like, I don't give a fuck if you're happy. I don't give, he's like when your dad gets really pissed off at you and is like, you little, and he doesn't care. He's going to get his point across, whether your feelings are hurt or not, whether he causes damage or not. He doesn't care. There is a no fucks giving happening with this card when it's in the reverse. And that doesn't mean that he's not older, wiser, but he's not all those things. Yes, but he, like I said, his filter's gone when he's in the reverse. So that, being that this card landed on its side, you are kind of in that influx of both modes. Like, you're switching it off. You're like, okay, I know how to handle myself, and I will handle myself accordingly, and I will speak accordingly. But I'm at a point where you could get either one of me, depending on, like, you're not able to just be stable like this. You're like, if today's your day, guess what? If you approach me being an asshole, guess what you're getting? If you approach me and you're being real, guess what you're getting? You know, you're going to get the more, dare I say, shelf stable. So what's going on for Cancer this week? Why is all this going on? What's the situation that's going on for Cancer that they're having this combat? Okay, Knight of Cups. This might have to do with work. This might have to do with a personal relationship. This could also do with some inner turmoil. You might have been going through a really difficult emotional time where you've pulled yourself away from people because they didn't like the way you spoke. And they didn't like the way you presented your opinions, and you're like, fine, then I'll just shut up, you know? And you might have pulled yourself away from things. And I say that because Knight of Cups. But Knight of Cups in the reverse, like, you're choosing to close off emotion. You're choosing not to go forward with a lot of emotion. Ten of Swords in the upright. You're just kind of done with whatever situation. And I think this is just a life in general thing for you, Cancer, is you're just kind of done. And you know what? Worst part being over. And you're more focused on creating things that are good for you and good for what you need, versus trying to influence or trying to be that ear and sound mind for somebody. You're like, either you're going to listen to me or you're not. Either way, I'm going forward. Either way, I'm handling me. Either way, I have to take care of myself. And that's what I see is going on for you, Cancer. But let's see if we can close this off with a little help from our friend, the fortune-telling card deck. Let's see what we got here. New decks, you know. They ain't quite as slippery as they need to be. So I got the I'll tell you later. So right now you're not really interested in giving up your plans. Like, you're being a little recluse right now, Cancer. And it's not that you don't want people to know what's going on. You're just like, because your second card is the yeah. Like, I think you're at that point where you're just going to watch people and see if they hold up their integrity, because you're tired of being the one that has to hold it up for not only you, but for everyone else and their friends too. Alrighty. So take it easy, Cancer. You know your worth, you know your strengths, you know what you are capable of. And if other people don't want to put in their work, it isn't your job to do it for them. So let them, sometimes we gotta just let people fall, even if we don't want to, because that's how they're gonna learn. Alrighty, moving along to our wonderful Leos. Leo gang. Leos are lions. Actions always speak louder than words. That is for sure. Lip service is a dime a dozen. Sometimes we just get caught up, you know what I mean? We get caught up believing in people so much that we sit there and we wait and we wait and we postpone ourselves and the things that we have planned, and we wait on them and we wait on them. And it's like, okay, either they're going to, and if they have stuff going on and they've got validity to what they're doing, that's great. But sometimes you still have to move forward. All right, you can't always wait, and there's nothing wrong with that. And if they get offended, oh fucking well. I mean, they're the ones that were postponing. I mean, What the hell they got to be offended about? But it happens. So hopefully that hits some buttons for our Cancers. But moving along to our Leos, let's see what we got going on this week. Alrighty. 2 of Pentacles in reverse, 8 of Pentacles in reverse, and the Knight of Wands in reverse. So Leo, either you were trying to balance some stuff and it wasn't working, which is what it looks like. And this looks to me like work related, like job, career. And you're like, I don't have the financial ability to move forward. Like, I'm stuck in this shitty ass job that I don't like, that doesn't benefit me, and I'm just so tired of working at it because I know that I'm not supposed to be here. But you're in a financial situation where you're like, I can't afford to leave it. All right, Leo, I get that. That happens a lot, right? You know, especially with the way things are money wise. A lot of people are stuck in jobs where they're just not making enough money, you know, and everybody's in the same rut as everybody else, so people are like dragging at work, you know. It's difficult, like it is so difficult right now. But let's see what's coming forward for Leo in this situation. What do we got for Leo coming forward? Either advice, is there a career move, is there something that they need to look at? All right. So what it's saying to me right now, you need to get your emotions in check. You've got the Ace of King of Cups in the upright, the Sun card in reverse, and then you have the 9 of Pentacles. So you know what? You need to speak to your boss. You need to get some emotions in check. You need to, you know, put your big boy panties on, and you need to go talk to your boss. You need to talk to the people head up in the situation. Go to HR, whatever the case may be. Explain your situation. Explain that freaking random hair stuck in my mouth. You need to explain to them that there's situations going on at work. There's something going on in the situation that is making you disinterested in continuing doing it. And I promise you this, it's like you're not going to have this bright new beginning. You're not going to get a raise. You're not going to, or there, I won't say raise, because I think that there might be a raise in store for you. It's not coming in the sense of a new job, but there is going to be some benefit to you in this, where you might have a little bit of extra money coming your way. Maybe they're going to switch you into a different department, where you will be utilized better, and there might be a raise in store for that. But you need to speak up. You need to get yourself emotionally in check. Stop letting people walk all over you. Know your worth. Go in there and say, hey, I know that I'm worthy of doing better. Is there something better for me? Otherwise, I have to go, and I don't really have the ability to do that right now. And I promise you, if you work with your HR department, you work with your managers, there might be something hidden in the clouds that you didn't know about. And that rectification somehow might be beneficial to you. If it's not a new job, it might just be, or not a raise, or not that situation. It could be you're no longer working with the people that were causing you that friction. And, you know, those people are gone, and now you're able to actually produce in the sense that you wanted to. So that is a huge possibility there. All right, let's see if we can get some additional messages with the fortune-telling cards for Leo. And it says, looks like yes, and yes. So you do need to go to your boss, your HR, whatever the case may be, and you need to talk to them, because it looks like there's something in store for you there, okay? And don't come back to me and be like, I went to my boss and then they didn't do shit and then I got fired, okay? Silver linings, remember that, all right? If you got fired, that gives you a chance to hop on some unemployment for a little bit and start looking for another job, because there probably is one waiting for you that you didn't see because you were busy at this job. Alrighty. So next is Virgo. But, you know, if your stuff ain't for you, then if that reading doesn't resonate and all that, don't come at me. It ain't your damn reading, okay? It's for somebody else. These are generals, remember? All right, so Virgo. What's going on for Virgo this week? Messages for Virgo. All right, Virgo. You have the Knight of Swords in the reverse. You have the Four of Wands in the upright. And then you have the Four of Cups. You got a lot of fours here. 2 4s. Knight of Swords, I always look at this as the spy card. This is usually somebody that is going forward with things, or, you know, trying to come forward with things, but they're doing it sneaky, and they're usually spying on like social media or through friends or something. Because you're real curious to know how things are going in a relationship that you're in. And you know what? You are so focused on things that you want versus the things that you need, is what I'm getting from this Four of Cups. Don't be so focused on the things that you want, because they're not benefiting you in the overall scope that you need to be. You're looking for benefit right now. Right now you're like, I want long-term happiness. Throwing that card around. I want long-term happiness, stability. See, it's like the four, like it looks like a wedding arch, right? And you've got that little happy couple right there. Right at the dead center is like, that's your focus, is like, I want this happy life. I want this, you know, I want like that picture. Like, you might already even be married, so you might be looking at this in the sense of like, I want that picket fence, perfection, happiness all the time thing. That might be, you know, play with that verbiage a little bit, but that might be what your focus is on. And it's definitely within your grasp. It's there, it's yours to take, but you're focusing on something. Something's got your emotional, like, it's got you by the emotional balls, okay? And you're like, something just either doesn't feel or is over feeling or something. But just know that there's this little cloud back here holding out another cup that's like, I got you, okay? Don't worry so much about this. This isn't the only cups you have, okay? And no need to spy on, you know, the situation, the person, whatever, by checking their phone, their social media, or anything like that. So what is the best advice for Virgo going forward? You know, we already know what your eye on the prize is. You want that fulfillment, that happiness. That's always been your goal. You've always had that goal to have a happy life, happy house, happy everything. And it's within your reach. Going forward. That's funny. I'll tell you what's funny. Okay. 4 of Wands, 4 of Wands. So that situation is definitely like, I mean, 2 separate decks, and literally that's the second card drawn each time. So there might be something happening within the next 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. Okay, keep 2s in mind. Also 4s, so think of it like that. But you have the 7 of Pentacles in the reverse, the 4 of Wands once again, and then the Wheel of Fortune, but the Wheel of Fortune's in the upright. So things are coming into your favor. Even though they may not look like they're going the right way, they definitely are, okay? It might look like your effort's not counting for much. It may look like you're struggling, but you know what? It's a temporary feeling. It's almost an illusion, okay? It's an oasis. What you are doing is promoting some good. It is causing a positive benefit and impact, okay? So Virgo, you've got some great things coming. You just need to reevaluate your situation. You know what? If you need to work harder at something and you need to pull in an income for a Virgo that might not be working at this time, and you're like, you know, we had a lot of unexpected bills, things aren't going quite as steadily as we want, or as comfortably as we want, dare I say that. You might have that in your mind, okay? And that might mean you need to just pick up a part-time, you know, or a hobby that brings in some extra income to kind of help pad the savings account, and it is guaranteed. And in No way is it very doubtful. Okay? So guaranteed. So, you know, when we doubt stuff, we don't make it happen. But when we speak positive into existence, we solidify those guarantees. Okay? So, remember that. You had 2 4s and they were the same card, Virgo. That means something for you in this reading. Keep your eyes open. All right, Libra. Messages for Libra this week. Let's see what's going on for our awesome Libras. Yeah, that was a pretty intense reading for Virgo. They always have intense reading. Them and Scorpio. Libra. Alrighty. Okay, Libra. You got the Lover's card, the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, and a Star card. So what does this mean? I'm seeing this as an end to your struggles. Okay? In the relationship, in the thing that you're passionate about, in the thing that you were like, that is, you know, the pull of your existence. It's the gravitational pull to you right now. This could be your lover. This could be just your passion project. This could be just something you are soul bound to. You are no longer facing that adversary with it. It's coming along just fine. Okay, everything's in the mix that it needs to be in. The things that you wished upon, the things that you really, really wanted, the things that you gave to the stars, your wish fulfillments, those things are coming into fruition. But don't stand in your own way. Okay, there's a specific Libra out there that needs to hear that they trip on their own feet. They start speaking that negative talk into existence, and guess what? The good readings go away because you're letting the negative in. Okay? So, let us clarify this Star card for Libra. Which I find this funny because you have the Lover's card in the reverse as a clarifier. But you also have the Page of Rods and the Queen of Rods that came out together. And then you first had the 9 of Wands in the reverse. So in the relationship that you were like, is this really for me? I don't know what to do. You know, is this situation really for me? I don't know what to do. Oh my gosh, should I even go forward? Like, you're sitting there like running to a stop sign, right? Where you're sitting there like, or they're like you're running to a stop, not a stop sign. You're speeding up to a stop sign, and you're like, I don't know if this is for me, you know. But the truth is, the more you go forward with something, the more better it made you feel. So the less you're going forward with this, the less it's making you feel, the less good it's making you feel. You're not having that positive impact on yourself because you're so full of doubt and you're sitting there going, I don't know. And that I don't know is becoming, you know, hey, you're going to miss your boat. So Libra, no. Okay. So let's see what advice we can get from. And it is telling me, you bet, and find your own answers. All right, so maybe that makes sense for a specific Libra out there. All righty, Scorpio. Scorpio. What have we got going on for our wonderful Scorpio gang this week? Guilty. Hey, you know what? Sometimes we got to take our sweets and our sours, right? Scorpio. What have we got going on for our wonderful Scorpio gang for this week? What messages do we have? 5 of Wands, King of Wands. All those came out together, so okay. Internal battles with what it is you want in a situation. Okay. 5 of Wands, King of Wands, Two of Cups with the High Priestess. You know this is what you want. You know this is like what your divine purpose is. But you're like, there's so much conflict with things. There's so much I have to do. There's so much I have to accomplish in order to have this. And even though you're like, I know I can do it and I want to do it, you know, you're like, I can't do anything until I resolve this situation, this issue, this conflict. All right, let's see if we can get some more information about the conflict, if we can clarify that Five of Wands. So let's see, clarify that Five of Wands. Something that you don't want to have patience with. You got that Temperance in reverse. Two of Cups, once again, this is probably to do with your relationship. All right. And you have the Eight of Pentacles. You're working really hard at it. You're working really hard at things. You're running out of patience with something. So if you're fighting with a spouse or fighting with a lover, fighting with a situation, you know what? This is basically telling you your focus is on it, but don't focus on it. Hey, what do you think you're doing? They're getting into my food. What do you want? Those are the soup dumplings? 1 second. Kids. That is not soup dumplings. That is hagao. You guys know what hagao is? It is a shrimp dumpling. There's a shrimp in there. Really good. For those of you that do dim sum. There is some, that's shumai. Yes, you want to have a foodie moment with me? All right, I love Chinese food. I was married to a Chinese guy. We went to dim sum like every week. And shumai is a dumpling wrapped meatball that is pork and shrimp based. And then I have my cha shao buns, or cha shao bao. And these are the soup dumplings. These are like some of my favorites. Dim sum is life. Oh my God. Do they have good dim sum in Utah? Because if they do, I'm coming right over. Like, I miss my dim sum life. You had Chinese for dinner. I like real Chinese, like real. And I also like hot pot and like shabu shabu and stuff like that. Tummy. So, Scorpio. The situation you're focusing on is this. You're focusing a lot on this, knowing that so much is at stake with it. Yes, they do. Hagao. It's a piece of shrimp, steamed shrimp and dumpling. It's so good. They show don't. We're going to have to go to Vegas and get it then. So, I'm going to, yeah, you can come over here too. So, your focus is on the situation, knowing there's just so much at stake. All right, it's very, very important to you, this situation here, because there is so much conflict, but what's in the conflict holds a lot of your heart, holds a lot of your, you know, there's a lot of difficulties, and you're running out of patience with it, or you're running out of time for something with it, Scorpio. So, but that Two of Cups is right there. This is like soulmate energy, okay? I hate calling it that, but that's what it's called. Because the reason I hate saying like soulmate or twin flame or whatever, I hate twin flame. I don't even like using that one, but because people misconceive those so hard. They think it's like, it's meant to be, so I have to sit and be codependent on this energy. No. So that's what's going on there, all right? So Scorpio, let's see if we can get some little bit of extra advice towards you. And so I got ask again and looks like yes. So you may not get the answers you want right away. You might not get the situation you want right away, but it will be coming, and when it does, it looks like it's a go. But you know what? You've got some stagnant, weird energy in the middle. So you gotta consider that stagnation energy and that energy of sit and wait is going to be difficult for you, and it's going to make things bypass and make things more difficult. So don't sit there and have the intimidation of what is asked upon you, that fight that you might be coming up against. You know, just consider it, that it's something that is going to alleviate. That's diet. And I know that gives you headaches. You have your Dr. Pepper. Yeah, my daughter cannot drink diet sodas because she has that reaction to artificial sweetener. But she will grab my cup and act surprised every time. So, see the hair toss. All right, Sagittarius. 7 of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, King of Wands. All righty. So, you got a little situation going on, Saggy. You're like, I want stability. I love the person that I have my eye on. And you're willing to do whatever it takes to get it, right? Well, I mean, who wouldn't when you see something that you really, really want, right? You're like, no, I want him. I want her. I want him, whatever. And you're like, I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm going to work on me. I'm going to go to the gym 500 times a day, and I'm going to do all this and blah, blah, blah. I'm going to get mine. I don't care. Now, if you're in the situation where somebody already has a situation and you're trying to pull him away from his situation because you want him so bad or her so bad, naughty, naughty. But that's coming through for that specific Sagittarius as well. So, yeah, you're wanting that new relationship. Ace of Cups. You're looking for that new relationship. You're like, I want it, okay? Death card in reverse, Knight of Wands in the reverse. So, to the Saggy that's dealing with somebody who's in a situation already, they ain't gonna give that person up. And they're going to move forward with you in the way that you allow them to move forward with you, okay? You know, if your boundaries are let down and you're letting them down and you're like, I'll take you as you are because I want you that bad, you're setting your price tag, okay? To the Sag that just wants this person, they may not be in the situation, just know that they've got stuff in their past that they aren't working through yet. And they're not on any emotional, mental plane to work on those just yet. All right, Saggy. So let's see if we can get a little bit of answer for you here. And it is affirmative. So that is the truth. They're not going to be moving forward without some element of their past. So if they're with somebody, they're not going to give that person up. And if they're not with somebody, they probably haven't given up the past person just yet or the situation from the past just yet. And that is the truth. And indeed. So spot on, right? Spot on. All right. Well, that's unfortunate, but you know what, Sad? You know your worth. Know your price tag. If you give everything away for free, then your value is free. If you tell people, no, I'm worth $1 million, then your value is at $1 million. Whether or not somebody pays it or not, that is the value you've set for yourself. And all you need is to find that one person that's willing to do it. Okay? And then you've proven what your value is. Don't fall short. Don't put yourself on the clearance rack because something's pretty. All right? Looks fades. Shit like that fades. Superficial shit fades. So you're going to cheapen yourself for somebody who cheapens themselves. Makes no sense. Don't do that. All right. Capricorn. Messages for Capricorn. Bunch of these flipped over. Back there. Okay. To the Capricorn that's dealing with some codependent issues. Ace of Cups in reverse, 9 of Cups in the reverse, but your Ace of Pentacles in the upright. Hey, bud. Ace of Cups in the reverse. So there might be a love situation that is on the rocks right now. Okay. And that 9 of Cups is codependent energy completely. So this is complete and utter emotional fulfillment. And this is I have fulfillment, this is I have a void that needs to be fulfilled. Okay. And you're not going to fill your voids in relationships. That's not the way it works. So you need to figure out who you are, what the situation is in reality, in the relationship or situation that you're in. But you also have the Ace of Pentacles. You are the grounding energy that you've always needed. This is you. Okay, you know, I know it's not the typical Capricorn sign, but it is Earth. And it is a new stability, and that's what you want. You're like, I don't want lip service and all this other shit and somebody who needs of me. I want stability. And there's nothing wrong with wanting good stability. You're like, you're willing to go forward in different directions to just find stability. So this relationship you're in, or this other relationship or situation right here might be, you know, might have been great at one time, but now you're like, it's not working for me. You know, I don't need to be codependent. I don't need somebody codependent on me. I need stability. Nothing wrong with that. So right now you've got the Knight of Wands. It's Wands, but Wands. The Hanged Man. And the Page of Pentacles. Okay, all in the upright. So right now is you want to move forward, but you also kind of want to wait and see what's going on. But you know what? That your stability waits when you wait. Okay, so if you're going to sit there and wait for things to happen, just know that your efforts towards anything that is stable is going to be diminished. All right, Capricorn, let's get some advice for you. Ask again. Can I get some advice for Capricorn? Possibly. All right, let's see. You must be having a laugh. All right, I'm taking this as Capricorn being a jokester on yourself. You're trying to lighten the situation of just being like, you know what, I already knew all this. I already knew that this situation was going to be like this. I already knew it. And you're trying to be a little bit lighthearted about things, Capricorn. And, you know, you're like, when people are like, okay, are you happy in your relationship? You're like, are you happy doing this? Well, I mean, maybe, you know. And then at the same time, you're sitting there going, I knew that if I did this, I was going to have this shit come at me. Like, you, and Capricorns are notorious for that. We laugh at ourselves. We have to. We have to, because we're so damn serious all the time that it's like, oh my God, I have to laugh or I'm going to fall apart on this. So that's what I'm taking that as. All right, moving along to our wonderful Aquarius. Aquarius. Let's see what messages we got for Aquarius for this week. What's going on with our Aquarians? I always thought that it was when I was younger, when I found out like you know, the modes and the elements of the signs, I was like, how is Aquarius an air sign? You know, aren't like Aquarian, aqua, water? Nope, air sign. But then like once I learned about the signs, I was like, oh, that makes sense. Okay, Aquarius. You have 5 of Pentacles in the reverse, 9 of Cups in reverse, and the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. So that codependent, like, you've been going through a big struggle. There's an Aquarius out there that's been going through a huge struggle. You've got some codependent energy and you don't have any resolve for yourself. You don't feel like you can come out of this situation. You don't have anything waiting for you. Like there's no savior. Okay. And there probably isn't, Aquarius. There probably isn't. Because they're, you know, I know superheroes are cool on movies, but there isn't people in masks and capes flying around waiting for you to, you know, come save your day. You need to get a hold of your emotions. You need to, with this 6 of Wands in the upright, you have 6 of Cups in the reverse, but then you have the Queen of Cups in reverse as well. You need to get your emotions in check. You need to stop being so like relying on what you once upon a time had. Okay, I used to have amazing things. I used to have such a great life and blah blah blah. You know, if this is the person coming out of a relationship, you've lost in a relationship or whatever, you're like, you know, this is all I've ever known. And when we start saying like, I do it this way because that's the way I've always done it, or this is all I've ever known, or anything like that, that's like living in a snow globe that you're just shaking yourself up and creating chaos more and more. You're not going to be able to see 2 inches above, beyond your nose, because you're caught up in this cloud of mess and snow and obstacles and illusion and things like that, that you're not paying attention to the fact that if you let things calm down, you can see clearer, you can actually do things for yourself, you can get things done. But what I'm seeing right here from you, Aquarius, is you're going to sit there and cry over a situation that you don't have control over, that might already be done, that isn't going to have reoccurrence. And if you're going to sit there and go, that's what I need, that's what I've always known, you're going to be in a very, very miserable state of mind. And things aren't going to happen for you. You're going to stay, this energy from this particular reading for a specific Aquarius is very rooted and stuck in stagnation and routine, and no flexibility whatsoever, no growth, no nothing. It's just this tight wound ball of self. You get what I'm saying right there? And you're not going to find anything to make you feel better, because you didn't create any type of parachute situation for yourself. So when that situation, because people, we have a shelf life. We don't last forever. So if you lost somebody in your life, whether they passed or left by other means, if you don't have something in store for you, you're going to be at mercy to other people constantly, other situations constantly, and in that constant state of need instead of fulfillment. So, advice for Aquarius. So don't bet on it. I'm tired. Ask later. Like, this is just, people are getting, hey, redhead. Or red. I always want to call him redhead, but just red. But this is the Aquarius who keeps knocking on the same door, banging on the same door, saying, let me in, let me in, let me in, let me in. And they're like, no, this door's closed. And you're like, let me in, no, this is my door. And it's like, no, lease is over. You've already moved into a new place. No, I need this one because I don't like that one. I don't want it. And then it's telling you like, no, it's not true. This isn't your door. It's not your door anymore. It might have been at one point. It no longer is. So that's what I'm seeing from that. You need to create something that works for you, that is meant for you, that only has your footprint, your fingerprints on it, and stop making it to be like, well, I've always walked every morning at 5 a.m. with my significant other, and now that I'm no longer with him, I cannot walk at 5 a.m. anymore. I've always wanted to travel to Greece, and I painted this picture in my mind that this person would always go with me, so now that we're not together, I can no longer travel to Greece, even though that was my dream. No, still live your dreams, still do the things that you need to do. You need to break out of those old past energies that are leaving you connected to things that are no longer alive for you, that are no longer pliable for you. So that's like being connected to a dead battery expecting to charge yourself. It's not going to happen. Alrighty. So our last sign of the zodiac is our wonderful Pisces gang. So let's see what messages we have coming through for our Pisces this week. Pisces. Thank you so much, Red. I don't get to see you a whole lot, brother. I hope everything's going good for you. We think about you a lot. Let's talk about how Red always had the best live streams. It was a good time. Alrighty. So, Pisces, Knight of Swords, the Lovers, and then the King of Wands in reverse. So, you're going forward for something that really connects you, really makes you feel good. You're in this, whether it's a person or just a passion project or anything like that, but, you don't feel like you're worthy of it. Hey, Steve. Why are we asking Charmaine if she likes bananas? Does anybody know him? I'm waiting. Mods, you can take care of that. I do it, but I'm a little busy. But yeah, we don't harass people in my chat. All right, you thought it was cute. I don't care what your intent was with that. There isn't anybody in this chat that I will tolerate speaking to any member of my mods or anybody in here in any way that might promote them feeling uncomfortable. Please don't do it. It is unwelcome, and if it continues, I'll just ban you and block you. All right, moving along. Sorry about that, Charmaine. Like I said, I peek over every so often, and if I see something that might have the potential to be perverse in any way, I'm going to stop my stream until that's alleviated, because nobody talks to my girls like that. Okay? Pisces, but this situation's not, you kind of feel like you're not worthy for it. You're not worthy of this situation. Like, you want to go for it. Like, it's consumed your mind. You're like, I really, really, really want this, whether it's a person or a situation. And you're like, oh, but am I like, are they going to like me? Am I good enough for this? You know, if you're going to think like that, then yeah, you're going to show that energy. I know, sis. I know you got it. I know you do, but you know me. You know me. And let's see what advice we got on this King of Wands. Like, let's see what we can do, Pisces, to make you feel a little bit, you know, like, where's this energy coming from? Where's this King of Wands energy coming from for Pisces? Like, why are you thinking like this about yourself? Ah, somebody in your past told you you weren't good enough for what you want. Yep. Okay, we have 9 of Swords in the reverse. So you have some past anxieties. They're not from this current situation. That's why it's in reversed. But, you know, and you're trying to alleviate from it. You're trying to get past it. But this past person, like, they were the apple of your eye at one point, and you know what, certain things just haven't quite ended. Like, this is obviously a past person, but you know, they don't control you, and they don't control this situation. Okay? Just because they said it or they tried to make you doubt yourself or whatever, it does not make it true. One person's perception on someone or something, it does not speak for the masses, does not represent anybody but themselves. And sometimes these people can just be closed-minded, self-centered assholes. So, I try, Miss Gypsy, I try. But, you know, sometimes they can just be self-centered assholes that try to put negative thoughts into your mind, because some people enjoy when people don't move forward. They enjoy knowing, like, oh, without me, they're shit. They love it, okay? They get their freaking kicks off to it. Don't give anybody that control over your life, that you are not going to do something, not going to enjoy something, not going to be passionate about something because somebody else told you you weren't good enough for it. Who the fuck are they to assume what you are good for? Are they God? Are they some higher authority? If they are not, then they don't speak for anybody but their misconceived self. So breaking those chains, breaking that bond mentally, emotionally, with the idea that somebody from your past, just because they were with you for a while or with you for any duration, does not mean that they know you better than you know yourself. So you need to just go forward. You are definitely good enough for this situation that you want. So don't Adding a third person into your relationship, which the past person's opinion is adding in another person to your relationship or that situation, does not make for a good situation, okay? Does not make for a good relationship. You need it to be of you and that other person, or you and that other situation, whatever the case may be. You need to be 100% you in it and not inviting past memories, residual pain or anything like that into it, because guess what, we start putting that into the recipe and we're baking this cake, and it's not this happy, loving, amazing cake anymore, because we've seasoned it with past tears and past negativity and hurt, and then we're wondering why this cake tastes a little off. Okay, so kind of consider it that way. You know, if we're baking something, we're trying to make a perfect dish in perfect harmony, we won't get that way by adding in nasty swamp water and stuff like that, right? All that stagnant energy. Am I right? Should you be adding in past energy to this? Let's find out. Absolutely not. Not ever. Do not add in past energy to your current situation. Should we be relying on what other people say about us? My reply is no. You know, you shall not. It's just, there's so many cards just saying don't do it, because it's not correct. It's not, these other people do not live your life. They are not you, okay? You are you. So going forward into a new situation with new people, new whatever, just let you come into that. Don't bring them with you, because they're in the past for a reason, and X is an X for a reason. They don't get to come into chapter 2, okay? They stay back there. They stay back there. All right, guys, I want to thank everybody that joined me this evening for the reading, a whole hour and a half long with some tea in the beginning. If you have not checked out Exploring with Fluffy, please do so. And if you are not a member of his channel yet, please do that, because like I just said in the beginning, we have some really cool stuff coming out, membership perks that will involve a monthly gift, if you will. And we want everybody to be able to take part of that and be a part of a larger, more happy community, so we want to be giving out great things every month and great vibes and everything. We want to do that to all of our members, not just a few. So there's that. Also, I want to thank my amazing moderators. You guys are here every week. You are so supportive and you are so amazing, and you keep our chats clean, happy, and wholesome. And as you saw earlier, when somebody kind of comes in with that little creepy vibe, we take care of it right away, because we like to keep our chats happy and amazing and keep those good vibes going. And that will be it for me tonight. So you guys all stay blessed. You guys stay amazing. I love you all so much. And until next time, you guys stay positive. Don't let people into your life that don't belong to it anymore. Know your worth, set your price, and make sure that people know that that's the price you are. Never put yourself on the clearance rack and never discount yourself. All right? I love you all. Take care.